There will never be another player like Simple.
Smokes in the same place there. Simple just jumping casually into the side. He's going to fall down again. What is this clutch from Simple? Are you serious? What is that?
Possibly the greatest player in all of Counter-Strike. Before he was even 18, he was showing up pro players. Yet, his path to the top wasn't easy. In the beginning, he was hated by the community. This is his story, his rise and redemption. This is how Simple raised the bar of the entire CSGO scene and became the best player in the world. But first, who is he? His real name is Alexander. He is from Ukraine, and saying he was born with a mouse in his hand isn't too far from the truth.
My brother teach me to play Counter-Strike. I was 4 years old when I started playing.
Он садился рядышком на стул, а я управлял клавиатурой, а он в это время стрелял мышкой.
From a young age, he was captured by video games, and when CSGO first launched, Simple was there. Counter-Strike was unlike anything else. It required patience, precision, game sense, teamwork, just to scratch the surface. It was a tactical shooter in every possible sense, yet something about it felt very fundamental and intuitive. It's why Simple and many of us got sucked into it. It was complicated, yet simple. After just a year at the age of 16, Simple began playing the game professionally, and it wasn't a quiet introduction. At just 16, he was giving the major teams a run for their money. His aim was unbelievable. His playstyle was aggressive. It seemed like he could clutch any situation, 2v1, 3v1, it didn't matter. Even then, there was something different about Simple that no one could define. No one saw this coming. Who was this kid? It wasn't long before people began to take notice, and soon he would have a chance to prove himself. Simple and his team, Hellraisers, faced their biggest challenge yet, DreamHack Winter 2014, a championship with a prize pool of $250,000. They had just narrowly qualified, but now Simple had the chance to show the world what he was made of. Hellraisers first defeated Cloud9, or rather annihilated them. A team with legends like Hiko, Nothing, and even Shroud. They had no answer to Simple. He seemed to just be playing a different game to them. Next was Fnatic, and this was much tougher.
Yeah, they're going to be able to rotate right back in through Connector and just close in on this site. Fnatic aren't going to have a second to breathe here. They aren't even out on the site with the bomb. They're getting bogged down. Great anti-flashes from Hellraisers, slowing them down, and Simple now bringing the op to bear.
Hellraisers picking Fnatic apart. Finally, there's a reply, but it's not enough. Hellraisers, they take first seat in the group over the favorites, Fnatic 16-4.
After a nail-biting match, Hellraisers made it out of the group stage. But now they faced their toughest opponent, Ninjas in Pajamas. After an incredible match and performance from Hellraisers, they unfortunately fell short. Simple was clutch, but he couldn't beat NIP. They were too experienced and too coordinated and gave Simple no chance to wreak havoc. Hellraisers were eliminated from the tournament, leaving them tied 5th. But this was still incredible. Looking back at these games, Simple had done the unthinkable. He was trading blows with the best teams in the world, at only 17. These games felt like history in the making. At this time, Simple's KD was 1.19, a stat that put him neck and neck with the best players in the world. I also had a similar stat, but you know, in silver too. It wasn't just Simple's crazy plays, it was how consistent he was at the top level, even at 17. He had a promising road ahead of him, but his celebration was cut short. You see, Simple wasn't the shining prodigy people see him as today. He was actually hated by most of the community. Prior to DreamHack, he'd been caught cheating and was banned from ESL in March 2013, but despite receiving a ban, he continued to play with Courage Gaming. They played through an ESL qualifier in early 2014 while still banned, under a second account. Then an admin uncovered that it was Simple playing, who disqualified the team. Simple's ban was extended, but it gets worse. After DreamHack, Simple was dropped from Hellraisers, but not for cheating, for inflammatory comments towards Germans. In response, he said, "I would also like to apologize to everyone in the CSGO community and the profanity of the words said about Germans. I love all nationalities. I was just mad at some specific people, and I am sorry about what I said. I would like to thank everyone that supported me. I hope I will soon find a team and continue my journey." The community, while angry, was split. He wasn't cheating in DreamHack and had done so well with Hellraisers. Plus, he wasn't even 18 yet, and speaking from experience, teenagers are stupid. But he had also made some terrible mistakes. He had disrespected the game, and many of the community turned their back on him. I always thought this kid was a little sketchy. He just came out of nowhere and started winning duels against top-tier oppers. Cheating for personal gain. Fuck him. He was the best thing that ever happened to HR. Goodbye, Simple. And now his pathway forward had a major roadblock. In 2016, Simple was met with his greatest opportunity. He was signed to Team Liquid. He wasn't going to risk this opportunity. The pressure to succeed is great, but I know that I can handle it. I will do everything I can in order to achieve good results. He was now alongside legends like Higo and Nitro, but the community was split. LOL. Yeah, LOL. It won't last very long, I bet. TL's so dumb. Haha. Faith in Simple was mixed, and it made what happened next all the more shocking.
Towards the B side, they'll be executing momentarily. Simple will be rotating towards upper. Will he be there in time to actually lock him down?
JDM nade out in behind the back of the site, not to be spotted though, or not to be taking any damage. It is still Simple though. He's rotated over. He's now coming to life, and it's going to be a Dread that pops out late. Suddenly around, out of nowhere, Simple's
down to 24 health, and once again, they're going to test Simple. Oh, what is that? This is just so unbelievable right now. I didn't know that Liquid could do all of this.
Simple wasn't playing around anymore. His days of being toxic and cheating were over. He was here to win.
In the same place there, Simple just jumping casually into the side. He's going to fall down again. What is this clutch from Simple?
This moment was so iconic. Not only did Simple get it tattooed, but it would be permanently added to that very spot on Cash for the rest of CSGO. It felt pretty vindicating being a Simple fan, watching him pop off so often and go on a redemption arc. Shockingly, his team with Team Liquid was cut very short. In August 2016, it was announced that Simple would leave the team, but the reason was unexpected. It wasn't for being toxic, it wasn't for cheating, but for another reason altogether. He missed Ukraine, he missed family, and America was a long way away. But it wasn't long before another team found him.
Navi, Ukrainian organization, invited me, and I was so proud that I'm gonna join this team.
After about a year with Navi, Simple's results was beginning to stack up, going from promising to great to unbelievable.
The smoke, that's not what we want.
Simple went from winning matches to winning entire tournaments with Navi. He was getting better, and people began to take notice.
Right now,
I think Simple has been the toughest player to play against for a while now.
Simple has always been the best individual.
Yeah, it's definitely Simple. I also believe that.
I don't think anyone come close to Simple as of right now.
He was becoming a fan favorite in the community. Yet, there's an important question to answer. What actually made Simple so good? His aim was incredible. His playstyle was aggressive. Yet Simple was different to other pro players. He had something that no one else had.
The thing about Simple is when you watch him play and you try to understand him, you it doesn't really make sense, but then it does make sense. Then it does make sense what he's doing. I mean, his game sense in the moment is another level.
His game sense is unbelievable. So good that he became impossible to read.
He's still very annoying to play against. He's everywhere and he doesn't commit mistakes, which is the most important thing he's doing, I think. He doesn't commit mistakes and he does not miss the easy shots.
When you watch a heat map from Simple, he's everywhere. And sometimes he's 3 times the same place, sometimes he's not the same place doing map 2 times. So
he was consistent yet unpredictable. Other pros couldn't figure him out and would even try to avoid him. No one had played against someone like Simple. He wasn't just another pro player. He was the pro player. He had moved into a tier above the rest.
I want to win every tournament in the world. I want to help create new era of Natus, Vincere.
He would go for plays no one else would. He would do the most wild techniques in CSGO, even in pro tournaments, one of which is the iconic op throw.
Another smoke, so it could be really rough for Simple to actually get through this. He's going to throw the AWP in. Oh my god! Simple, what is happening?
Throwing your op so the opponent looks away, thinking it's a flashbang. I actually hate Simple for this play, because for the next 4 years, every idiot in comp would go for this. You know how many games I've lost because my teammates tried to pull this off and die? Too many. But it just shows that Simple was playing a different game. Though even with his incredible results, he still lacked one thing. One thing he had his eye on, yet was just out of reach: the Major. The one thought lingering in everyone's mind was whether Simple could win the biggest event in Counter-Strike, the Valve Major Championship. But how is this event any different? A Major is a cut above other tournaments. They're way bigger, less often, and have a prize pool of $1 million or more. It was the dream of most pro CS players to win one, and Simple was the same, but this goal would push him like never before. In 2016, during his first year at Navi, they would make the grand finals, though as a new team member, Simple didn't get the chance to play. Unfortunately, Navi went home with second place. It was so close. It was right there, but they would get a chance the following year, and this time, Simple would play.
That's this one up. Simple and Flamey. Can they do it? Simple is the first one. Flamey, though, is under pressure, and Simple's head comes clean off. Flamey to deliver, but 3 points of health, and Astralis have done it!
The next couple of majors didn't go as planned. At Major Atlanta 2017, Na'Vi came 5th. Then at Major Boston 2018, they rose to 3rd. Then came Major London 2018. Their form was better, and so was their teamwork. Na'Vi made it all the way through to the grand finals. This was Simple's first finals. He wanted this win, but it would be a tough match. Their opponent was Astralis, who knocked them out the previous year.
But all the money in the world may not save them from Astralis the way things are looking at the moment.
Oh, will they spot him? My goodness. Oh, they're everywhere, and that's it.
Simple and Flamey. That's all that's left between Astralis and the Major. Simple on the high ground with the CZ, and surely he's going to get taken out. Oh, there's a gift. He could pick up an AK. This might not be over yet. There's no kit there. They've got to go fast. Simple, the second one. They have to keep going. They've got to charge forward. He misses the jump. Flamey now with the 570, he's baiting. The player on short B is red. Touching the bomb. Are they going to peek? Holding it now. And there is it. It's just down to Flamey. It's not going to happen. Astralis have won the face at London Major.
Simple and Na'Vi couldn't pull it off, losing 0-2. Na'Vi would then fail to make the finals in the next major, dropping down to 5th, then down to 7th. To make things even worse, the next major in 2020 was cancelled due to the pandemic. By this point, Simple had been with Na'Vi for 5 years. 5 years without a major win. They had come so close. He was arguably the best player in the world, but just couldn't claim this one tournament. The next major was Stockholm 2021. The prize pool was $2 million. The months turned into weeks as the major drew closer. People began to notice something different about Na'Vi. They began to win everything. Almost every event or tournament they entered, they dominated. Na'Vi was unstoppable. There was something different about them. Simple was playing at another level, but would it be enough to finally win a major? Na'Vi blasted through the group stage, then the quarterfinals, then the semifinals. They didn't even drop a single map. Then they reached the grand finals. Their opponent, G2, like Na'Vi, they had never won a major. Not only that, they had one of the greatest CSGO players in history, Nico. Tension in the stadium was palpable. This was going to be a clash between titans. The match was a best of 3. First to 2 maps wins.
Still nobody has hit the deck, and there it is. Blood drawn. Simple puts his name in the feed right next to the rookie. Already bodies are dropping for G2, and it's a disaster. A bomb plants something.
We better hope that's not what's to come. Simple already kicking things off.
Simple wasn't here to play. He was here to win.
Only Simple can save them. Hunter's already on the side, and Simple's pushed off. They're going to clear him. His own judgment.
He didn't
Hunt
look.
didn't clear.
He didn't look. He didn't look.
Amanet, can you really do it again? He's hyper aware.
Oh!
But so is G2. The nerves were at an all-time high.
The grand final, he's the one pulling G2 through. But a 1v2, the bomb is ticking. And that's the end of that. 16-11. G2's pick goes the way of the Na'Vi nation.
Map 1 was done, but next was G2's pick, Nuke.
Needed more, bomb loose on the floor, Nico through the smoke. And a big find. Oh, and he's handing out more than that. A quick click from Simple, and a multi-beacon. That's what G2 needed. Hit the ground running.
G2 took pistol. Then the next round, Na'Vi strikes back, but G2 continues to extend the lead. Soon, Na'Vi finds themselves at a 6-14 deficit. They push G2 back, but then G2 wins another round. The score is 10-15, match point. If G2 wins just another round, it would go to game 3, and Na'Vi would lose their lead. Every round had to be perfect, so they called a timeout to strategize. Na'Vi against the wall takes the next round, then the round after that, but G2 pushes back.
He's safe, and Anti, nice catch, and averts his gaze at the perfect time. Now it's only, oh my god, Hunter! He kicks open the sight, spots Simple's toes, and oh my god! Electronic court!
G2 pushed the round to a 3v2. G2 are about to win and take the map. Then, the unthinkable happens.
And it's Simple and Bit times it to perfection. And Simple sitting down! No! Disaster! An absolute disaster!
That was it!
That was the game! Chat, that was it!
Be it luck, divine intervention, or something else, Nico misses a clear shot on Simple. A player like Nico should never miss this shot. The energy was changing. The crowd, the viewers, The commentators, they were watching history unfold before their very eyes. But Nico wasn't done just yet.
G2 counting on Nico and Nexa. Anything left? A stylish one out of Perfecto Nico. He's going to be pushed to OT, or can he claw something out? The tap! 2 to go! Nikola Kovac.
He clutches a 1v4, but it was too little too late. Na'Vi had secured the overtime. G2's advantage was gone, but the game wasn't over. Did Na'Vi have enough steam to keep going? G2 took the first round in what felt like a lifetime, just nudging ahead in overtime. Next round, Na'Vi pushed B site, solely guarded by Nico, but Nico wanted this major win as much as Simple.
It's just Nico. The door swings open to draw his gaze. 30 seconds. Nico looking to activate, takes all 3! He wants to go again! And so does Electronic, but that's surely it! G2 return the favor, and we go overtime number 2!
He kills not 1, not 2, but 3. This was unbelievable. The community couldn't believe what they were watching. I certainly couldn't. The round is secured, and then G2 force another overtime. The two teams go back and forth, and Na'Vi pushes ahead.
One looms! It's only Amanek, and that's secured! Ladies and gentlemen, this could be it, the final round of Counter-Strike of PGL Stockholm Major 2021.
This was it. Na'Vi had reached match point. All they needed was one round. One round and Simple would have achieved his dream. 5 years of work. He had failed before. Could he do it this time?
Nico has already found a frag on this low HP. He'd need another though.
10 seconds, neither plan. That's
oh
the
no!
bomb. That's
it's falling apart!
That's gonna be
it's
it!
only Nico, there's no time! He just has to watch that clock tick down! This is it! Na'Vi have taken the major!
After 5 years of work and 40 long rounds, Simple had finally won a major.
Up and celebrate! Because you're champions of the PGL Major Stockholm 2021! It's Na'Vi!
Na'Vi had done it. Moments like Stockholm 2021 is why I love Counter-Strike. You get these amazing stories and moments of raw skill between the best of the best. That same year, Simple was awarded Best Esport Player at the Game Awards, and most importantly, named the best player in CSGO. Simple was a cut above the rest. His aim was nuts. He began his career as a toxic cheater and hated the community, but over time, he rose and redeemed himself through work ethic and skill, and most of all, becoming a team player.
I grew up a lot as CSGO player. If you are in team and you have problem, it means that all team have problem and they should fix it together.
He didn't need cheats in the first place. He changed from a toxic prodigy to a cornerstone of Team Na'Vi. There will never be another CS player like Simple.